Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, is another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga news update. Today we actually have, IGN Fan Fest happened today, and it was basically a little bit of a kind of an event on IGN, and they just kind of talked about different franchises and video games and movies and comics and whatever. And one of the games we got was a LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. So I'm gonna have the video playing in the background. You won't be able to hear it. You're gonna be hearing me, but I will be having the link for the video in the description. If you haven't seen it, if you want to rewatch it, just go check out the description. It will be there. So. Holy crap. This is Wizard. This is insane. The fact that, and I would have covered this sooner, but I wasn't home. And I was like, oh man, I gotta get home. But, well, whatever. I'm home now. I made it. But this is just an insane video. It's really about 5.5 minutes or so of, interviewing developers and all that kind of thing. And just kind of making sure that, we get to see more stuff, and we actually got to see a lot of cool stuff. We got to see some, concept art, which is really nice. We got to see, they were kind of mentioning, like, for when you play New Hope, there'll be like an intro cutscene, and then you have some open world stuff. Then you'll do a level, and then you'll do more open world stuff. Then another cutscene. So in the beginning of the video, you can actually pause it, and you'll see in the beginning, it shows like a diagram of the different squares or rectangles of key concepts for. Just, again, for example, Episode 4, New Hope, and you can actually see, like, the level names and the pictures and the places you can go. They have freaking Theed from Naboo. You can go to the Naboo swamps, the Tatooine canyons. Dude, this is going to be, we've been told since 2019, oh, it's going to be a big open world. Oh, it's going to be, the planets are going to be big. But when you actually, me actually seeing this now, this looks effing big. This is... And this is 23 planets. It's not just Tatooine. It's not just prequels and originals. You've got Octu from the sequels, or Exegol, or many different planets from the sequels, prequels and originals, of course. But all of this stuff is really coming together, and it looks freaking insane. So seeing the effort that these guys did, and I know there's been dev problems and engine problems and COVID and all this other crazy crap, but at the same time, the effort and the love. Even though it's been a bumpy ride in terms of the fans and the devs, it does look like it's going to be a relatively smooth experience. Now, a few common criticisms I've had for a while that apparently you guys have had too is that the game cutscenes sometimes look a little bit laggy. And I don't know if that was the intention to make it more like stop-motion-esque. I'm not too sure. But it does look a little slow and choppy. Now, again, the game's not even out yet, and there will be a day one patch. There will be updates to the game, as there is with every LEGO game and every game ever made. So don't see that and be like, oh, it's gonna look like shit, or it's gonna run like crap. Don't say that. So I think that we're still in the clear. And TT Games, ever since 2005 with LEGO Star Wars the video game, they have never made a broken game. There have been games that have been better than others, but there's never been a game that that has absolutely did not work. And yeah, I get it. Every game crashes, but I'm talking like frame rate where you can't you can't play, or it's unplayable like when Cyberpunk originally came out. It's not like that. So. And to see everything they're talking about, like just the the devs getting interviewed and the passion and all that, it's freaking insane, man. Just seeing like shots of an X-wing in space, attacking a dreadnought, a First Order and Empire ship, or even a Trade Federation ship from like the prequels, and then just seeing like Poe Dameron, board a freaking Executor Star Class dreadnought or whatever, and then just taking down a boss fight in. Shooting down an at Walker and ATM-6, whatever, inside of an actual, ship. That is insane, man. The level of detail, and they mentioned like 20,000 assets or something. This is a big-ass game. And it's not just, it's the biggest LEGO game. This is the biggest Star Wars game. I don't care, LEGO Star. This is the biggest Star Wars game, period. Battlefront 2 was big. Jedi Fallen Order was relatively big-ish, but... From what I've seen, the hub worlds in Jedi Fallen Order are not my favorite. They are a little bit lackluster. They're fun, but for only about 10 minutes, and then, whatever. All you can really do on them is just kill bad guys, It's like Arkham. It's fun, but after 10 minutes, whatever. This game, there's so much to it, and there's so much depth, where it's fun to just, do the story, but it looks like it's going to be a freaking blast just running around on Octua's Ray, or, going to Coruscant as Yaddle, or Hoth as, I don't know, freaking anyone, Snoke, Palpatine, anyone, it's crazy. Just imagine being able to free play in these hubs, just taking like a Praetorian Guard from the sequels and putting it in a prequel planet, or original, putting Jabba the Hutt from Episode 1 and the Mos Espa Tatooine race and putting, that Jabba in, Return of the Jedi, or so, it's going to be insane the level of detail and care and attention they did. And I know, like I said, it's been a rough ride getting here, but that like 6-minute gameplay trailer we got about 4 or 5 weeks ago was freaking insane, and this is just insane too. It wasn't the most mind blowing in terms of new footage. We did get new cutscene footage and a few new snippets of gameplay. It wasn't anything, oh my god, this is the best. It wasn't like mind shattering compared to the straight up 6 minutes of raw gameplay, or quote unquote raw. But still, this is a good freaking step in the right direction. After the months and months of radio silence, I can very safely say that we are past that. We're past the months and months of nothing and the communicate better, and we've all been there. I've been there, you've been there, my dog's been there, everyone's been there. But I think that, now that we've gotten actual gameplay and the fact that they're getting interviewed more and they're really able to kind of talk about the, because there have been so many times where I'm like, hey, can you go into detail more about the, open world? And they're like, NDA. Hey, what's your favorite NDA? It's like, stop saying NDA, you know what I mean? So finally now they can stop saying NDA and they can actually go into detail. Maybe not individually on Twitter, but the fact that they released this video of them, kind of just talking about it, it's insane what they're able to do here. And it looks freaking, like I said, the cutscenes look a little bit wonky sometimes. And, the footage I saw, at least on my PC, maybe it was just YouTube compression, but some of it kind of looked a little, like, low res and blurry. There's an opening cutscene with Rey, I think, like, on, it's either Octo, I think it's, their base on the Rise of Skywalker. What the hell is it called? It's called, not Exegol. You know the one. The Force, the Resistance base. I know the name of it. She goes there, and the cutscene looks a little bit wonky, but other than that, it looks, it all looks really good. That's what I want to say. There's a few hiccups, but again, that can be patched. There's nothing in this game that screams bad or delay it again or, any of that stuff. So I am very much looking forward to this game. April 5th. Again, hopefully I can freaking play it if my Xbox Series X doesn't brick itself or kill it. Because I tried to film Dying Light 2 gameplay, and after about 20 minutes, my controller turned off with full batteries, and then the goddamn... I'm mad. The freaking Xbox turned off. It was like... It was like, oh, fudge. You know what I mean? Just what I effing need. A $500 machine going to hell because of a game. It's so aggravating. Because I want to, I want to film this... I want to film this stuff for you guys. I want to film Dying Light 2, but not when my TV's shutting off randomly, or, it's only when I film. So I hope either I'm going to have to get a new USB, I'm going to have to get, something, because, I really want to film this game for you guys, and if I can't because of a dumb asbestos USB, that's just not worth it. So, look, if you have any way for me to film gameplay, because, I'm able to film Lego Marvel gameplay. Anything Series X related is kind of a bummer. I can get the audio working now. That's fine, because I had that issue. I fixed the audio. But now it's just whenever I film a game for more than 10 friggin' minutes, so, it's like my lights go off in my house. Like my bedroom light will turn off, and it's just because I'm filming. It's like that kind of random bullcrap, Like my controller turns off, full battery. My TV turns off only when I film. So if you have any kind of, a few of my YouTube buddies were like, oh, use OBS, or, use a freaking HDMI cable, or, anything. If you have any way, any ideas for me to, that isn't $1 billion, because, again, I'm not uber rich, for me to, relatively buy something if I have to, just tell me, how do you record gameplay in Series X? Tell me. Because, again, if I can't film the game, what do you want me to do? I hope you understand, but I want to. That's the point. I want to, because this looks freaking insane, man. This video, coupled with all the other news we got, is just, it's absolutely mental what they've been able to do with this game, and I cannot wait to see what the future brings on April 5th. All the way from episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's a lot of movies, that's a lot of content, and the 23 planets, the 400 characters, the, I think they said like 40-some levels, hundreds of, Kyber brick collectibles. This is not only a big game, it's not just big for the sake of, oh, look at how many hours it takes, or, oh, look how many collectibles there are. It seems like everything's going to matter, Just simply being on Tatooine and seeing like a Lego bush moving in the wind because it's Tatooine and it's a desert, to, like I said, being able to board a dreadnought and literally, like, physically board it without a loading screen, it seems, and the whole interior of the ship is made out of Lego bricks. I mean, every Lego game is great, and they all have attention to detail, but this one looks like it's going to go the extra mile, and I think Star Wars is the perfect franchise for them to, flex their new engine, flex the Series X and PS5 and PC and all that, and just really kind of show, hey, look, this is the next generation of Lego games, and it's the Skywalker Saga, arguably, in my opinion, the best franchise besides Ninjago of all time. And I cannot wait to see what this game has to offer. Again, if you have any ways for me to film Series X gameplay, tell me how you do it, and we'll have a little discussion in the comments section. I will have a video link to, the video you've been seeing in the description down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, more Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga news is always welcome. I don't cover this game every day because there is not news to cover every day. However, when there is news, like today, I know it's a bit late, but I had to do, I know what I have to do, I have to go home and record the gameplay for you guys, or whatever, Still, whatever. Anyway, tell me in the comments if you're excited down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Speaking of my Kylo Ren voice, I will be doing more voiceover work soon. A few of you guys wanted that, so I'm just gonna kind of, it takes time because I gotta write stuff down. I gotta freaking edit and practice and whatever. So it's coming. Don't worry. But still, got lots of stuff coming on the channel, man. Lego, non-Lego, everything franchise related. You're gonna love it. Make sure to subscribe if you're if you're new. Like the video if you enjoyed. Again, tell me in the comments what you think down below. This game looks freaking outstanding, and I cannot wait for April 5th. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.